Right, so I made a video about this ages ago for Ubuntu, and it was like a really simple setup to get Plex installed, Plex Media Server installed on Linux, because I was looking at all the ways people were showing people how to do it, and it was really complicated. And it's like really handy, like you can put Linux on any old hardware, and you can like repurpose an old, I don't know, mini PC and turn it into a media server. But online it was like chaos of how to do it. So I wrote a script, and it's somewhere on the channel if you want to try it for Ubuntu, and it's literally you just follow it through, and you just get your box and attach your media device to your media drive, and off you go. You've got a media server. So this is one of the things. It's like not as the sort of creator intended. It's like taking this. What I'm about to do is like taking a Ferrari from a rally. So I thought we'd make an Omarchy installation into a Plex Media Server, because you can do this with any old PC. But what interested me is you can do it on these, and this is a T2 Mac Mini. It's an i3 T2 Mac Mini. Now, obviously the i3's got QuickSync, which does H.264 encoding, but I do believe the T2 chip also has HEVC encoding as well, so you get both the encoders. And this thing, quickly pick it up again, it's got bags of I/O. It's got 4 Thunderbolt ports on the back, 2 USB, so it's like this. Anyway, I mean, it's abandoned, it's e-waste now, isn't it, because they've moved on. You can't update these. But Omarchy out the box installs, and I mean, I made videos about installing Linux, other Linux variants onto T2 computers, and it's literally a nightmare. Well, you can do it, but it's not the easiest thing on the planet. So Omarchy out of the box goes straight into a T2, it goes onto laptops. It's brilliant, it just works on this. So I thought, hang on a minute. So I can now turn this into a media server. Now, there is sort of one slight downside or good side to Omarchy doing as a media server, and if you can get past this, you're made, is because you can't boot it headlessly. So if that makes sense, because Omarchy's disk is encrypted, you could probably do some fangled way of de-encrypting the disk and everything like that, but I don't think it's worth it. So when you fire this up as a media server the first time, you're going to have to log in. Once you've logged in, you can just leave it and it'll do its thing. Then you power down the next time you reboot it. So I mean, if you're one of these people that accesses their media away from home or whatever you're doing, then you just leave it running. And I think at full whack it takes 150 watts, so it's not much more than like an old light bulb. But I think idling will be a lot less. But still, if you have a keyboard around, like a wireless keyboard around, then you can obviously just boot it up and type your password and off you go. Now, to install Omarchy on a T2 Mac, Mini Mac, I made a video before, which is the links up there, the links up there, to go and watch the first part, which is the install. So what we're going to do now is using my new script, which is much better than the old script, because this has got like windows that pop up, turn an Omarchy installation into a Plex Media Server. Alright, so there's the Apple logo, but not for long. So yeah, so I pre-installed it, and there it says Linux T2 and we're in. We'll boot up. Okay, give it a minute. Type in the password. I'm recording this or the installation HD, but you can put it to, you wouldn't use it to drive the screen. Obviously you install the Plex app on the TV or whatever device you want, and then you drive it from that. So anyway, so let's just go into this. Desktop. And then you need to, first of all, you need to attach your media drive, the one that you're going to use. Mine's called Games, but this is the one you're going to use. And something for the future, you have to boot the system with the drive attached, because it sort of auto mounts it as part of the media setup. So make sure you've got sorry, I had some me testing before, get rid of that. So basically, so that's the drive we're going to use. There's the Plex file, but I've already copied that to downloads. So what we need up is File Finder to go into, where is it? console. Yeah, I need console and file finder. So right, he says it's right in front of me. Downloads. Okay, and I've got some bits of media there for later. So okay, so chmod +X to give it permissions. Okay, and then you need to run this as sudo. So sudo, then drag the thing over. Okay, and we're off. Password again. And then it fires up a window, and it's going to ask me where do I want to make my. Now see the games drive. Select the one you want to use as your library drive. There it is. Now you can use exFAT or you can use a dedicated Linux drive. ext4 I've got there, so that's selected. Now I want it to show up in the side as media drive, which is so I can access it. And then it'll mount that folder, so leave that as is. Okay, and it says yes, use that one, and then confirm mount. Now you'll see it double up in the side. Now two versions. I mean, obviously if you're a Plex Plus user, you want to use that one because that links you up, but you can use the freebie version, but I don't know you can do transcoding and stuff with it. Anyway, so it'll rumble away and it'll do its install, and it'll tell you what it does because it has to do one very specific thing. So it starts to do the thing. And it'll get there. It should launch another window. It sort of takes you through. I'm getting better with my scripts. I'm doing using Xenti to do it. Anyway, so type that over there, type the wrong place. So I'm beginning to build interfaces, which is handy for everybody because I've been doing it in command line can be a little bit. Here we go. Create. So this was going to create the movies, TV, music folder. It's going to open a firewall port to allow Plex to connect to the network. Add a launcher, so it opens up the web UI. Yep, so that's okay. And then is installed, enabled, just open the firewall port, and then that's it. And it says error problem running because what we have to do now is we need to reboot. So let's just go system, restart, and the whole thing will reboot. In we go again now. So what will happen is this will have started the Plex server automatically in the background. So it's like running. So this is as far as you ever need to get. You can just go like type in your password now and the Plex server, and it's auto mounted the drive in the background as well. Here we go. And I think I open up BTOPS because you can see it straight. If you open up BTOPS, it was like Shift Super T, and you should be able to see it running. There it is, Plex plugin, Plex plugin. It's all running, so it's running in the background. So Plex is up. So what you want to do now, get rid of that, is go into the menu, and you need to log into your Plex Pass or however you want to do this. You set it up for it. So there it is, Plex Media Server, launch in. It launches as a web app. So we just go through my login bit. I'm going to blank all this out, obviously. This is what I believe 3,400 port is. I mean, I don't know about that bit. If it's, you might need to change a firewall ruling or something to get it to work. But when I looked at it, I didn't think you did. Yep. Organize your media. Add a library. So you can start to add things. So go in here and select type movies, and then you can browse for the folder. So this is where you go to your media folder, which will be media drive, Plex Media, or back one, and then movies, and then collect add library. Now I've got the and then next, and then done. Now that's logged me into Plex or whatever. Movies, nothing there, nothing found. So let's get out of that, and let's just copy those MPEGs over that I put in that file. Now you may have to unlock your drive here. Let's just grab those. These are from Motion Array. They were just stock stuff. So click in here, and it'll ask you for your password. Oh, that's the browser, not ignore that. Movies, double click in there and then paste them. Come out of that. Launch Plex again. Now we have to like sync up the library to detect it. I'll wipe this bit out, select user, and this bit. Don't see it be black blocks over this stuff. Now you go to movies, and now what I need to do is library. I need to, I can't remember what it's called. It's manage it. It's refresh the metadata, don't I? One of these switches around here, recommended. Can't remember. There it is. Manage library, refresh your metadata. Now, yeah. If you've got whatever you've got in there, it will refresh the metadata. I mean, I've got stock video in here. So when I click on library, there you go. And now it's looked at my library and it's found it. So if you like log into your Plex or any other device now, this server will appear and you can use it. That's it. That's it done. Easy. So yeah, so there you go. That's a really simple way to make Omarchy into a Plex Media Server. Obviously there's like caveats to this, isn't there? Because you have to log into it because it's encrypted. I nearly did it so you could encrypt the media drive as well, but then I thought that would be quite limiting for people because you can put like big raids. If you put in a raid, it's difficult to encrypt a raid. But I was thinking, you know, if worst case scenario, someone breaks into your house and they nick your computer, your thingy, you want it all encrypted. You want, I mean, this is the beauty of Omarchy. I mean, I wouldn't undo the encryption because that's one of the best bits of it. It's just you're encrypted totally. So like, you know, but you know, if you can get past that, and I think that's super safe. I mean, I always found it worrying with a headless server where you boot it and there's no login and you leave it open. You know, it's sort of running in the background. Because the thing with encrypted disks, it can't run. You know, there's that, it can't run in the background. It has to decrypt the disk before it runs the programs, where on some systems it just doesn't log in, but background services can work. So it's slightly different, but I don't know. But the fact that you can do it on a Mac T2, one of these things, which are about 150 quid, you get one, the cheap model, you know, really simply, it's really easy. I'm sure, you know, one of those little NAS boxes or whatever, what are they called, NAS boxes, the little mini PCs would be brilliant for you. I mean, obviously you want to look for one with QuickSync because then you can encode and decode the H.264. So the better the chip setup you get, or even just like a small server rig with an ARC card. I wonder if ARCs work on this, but with an ARC card, because that's got encoding and decoding built in with a more modern graphics card. But the whole idea of a media server, I've always thought, is like cheapest chips, and you pay for better storage. So there you go. I mean, to warn you, I've not tested that with exFAT drives, but it should work. I mean, this is basically done on a Omarchy 3.1.5, which is the last version, and it's on a clean installation. There's nothing else in the system. So there you go. I mean, I hope that's useful. I hope someone, you know, might find that useful. The one I did for Ubuntu, it's been downloaded thousands of times because obviously people have got the same idea. They want to turn an old bit of kit, because Linux runs on you know, old hardware, into a media server. So it's been, you know, people have used that and it's really great. And with this T2 Mac, if you've got a T2 2018 Mac Mini, which that is, it's got tons of ports on it. It's got hardware decoding and encoding, whatever, and it would probably make an ideal unit. And obviously the barrier is the T2, and Omarchy gets around it. So I hope that's useful to someone, and thanks for watching.